Fear. It's a universal language. It transcends borders, cultures, and ages. No matter where you are in the world, the feeling of fear is something we all share. We all know its grip, the racing heart, the cold sweat, the overwhelming sense of dread that can paralyze us in an instant. The knot in our stomach. Fear whispers doubts and holds us back from our dreams. It tells us we're not good enough, that we can't succeed, that we should stay in our comfort zones. But what if there was a way to overcome it? To step into a life filled with courage and peace? Imagine a life where fear no longer dictates our choices. The journey to a fearless life may seem impossible. We think we need to be superhuman to conquer fear. We believe that only the brave can face their fears head-on. But what if the key lies in simple yet profound teachings? Teachings that have resonated for centuries, offering solace and guidance. Wisdom that has been passed down through generations. Teachings from the Buddha himself. Buddha, a prince who left a life of luxury, sought enlightenment and found a path to freedom from suffering. His journey was one of profound transformation. At the heart of his teachings lies a powerful message. Fear, while natural, doesn't have to control us. We can learn to face it with a calm mind and a compassionate heart. We can learn to navigate its currents with wisdom and compassion. By understanding fear, we can transform it into a source of strength and resilience. This essay explores Buddha's teachings on fear. It's an invitation to understand fear, to find practical tools to overcome it, and to step into a life where we can truly thrive. Join us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Born Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha was not always the enlightened being we know. He began his life as a prince, living in luxury and comfort, unaware of the world's suffering. He was a prince shielded from the harsh realities of life. His father, the king, ensured that Siddhartha was surrounded by beauty and pleasure, hoping to keep him from ever experiencing pain or sorrow. One day he ventured outside his palace walls. This was a pivotal moment in his life, as it marked the beginning of his journey towards enlightenment. He encountered suffering for the first time, an old man, a sick man, and a corpse. These sights were shocking and deeply unsettling for the young prince. These encounters shook him to his core. He realized that no one, not even a prince, could escape the inevitability of aging, illness, and death. He realized that suffering was an inevitable part of life. This profound understanding led him to question the very nature of existence and the purpose of life. This realization sparked a profound journey. Determined to find a solution to the suffering he had witnessed, Siddhartha decided to leave his royal life behind. Siddhartha left his privileged life to seek answers. He renounced his wealth and status, choosing instead to live as an ascetic in search of spiritual awakening. He wanted to understand the nature of suffering and how to overcome it. He spent years meditating, studying, and practicing severe austerities, hoping to find enlightenment. After years of meditation and contemplation, he achieved enlightenment. Under the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. With his newfound wisdom, he understood the causes of suffering and the path to its cessation. He shared his wisdom through teachings that emphasized mindfulness, compassion, and understanding the nature of reality. His teachings, known as the Dharma, provided a guide for living a life free from suffering. His teachings weren't just for monks or scholars, they were for everyone. He believed that anyone, regardless of their background, could follow the path to enlightenment. He offered practical ways to deal with life's challenges, including fear, which he recognized as a major source of suffering. Through mindfulness and compassion, he showed that it was possible to live a life of peace and contentment. Buddha taught that fear stems from attachment. We cling to things we desire, possessions, relationships, even our own identities. This clinging creates fear. We fear losing what we have. We fear change. We fear the unknown. He compared our clinging to holding on to a hot coal. It burns. Yet we hold on because we fear letting go. This clinging, this fear, is what causes us suffering. Buddha's teachings encourage us to look deeply into our fears. What are we truly afraid of? What are we holding on to so tightly? By understanding the root of our fear, we can begin to loosen its grip. Detachment doesn't mean becoming emotionless or indifferent. It's about shifting our perspective. It's about understanding that everything is impermanent. Change is constant. Clinging to how we think things should be only creates suffering. Buddha used the example of a wave. A wave rises, crests, and then dissolves back into the ocean. It doesn't fight its nature, it flows. We too can learn to flow with life's changes by practicing detachment. This doesn't mean we stop caring. We can still love deeply and appreciate what we have, but we do so with an understanding of impermanence. We learn to be present with what is, rather than clinging to what was or what we hope will be. Section 5. Mindfulness, the present moment as our refuge. Mindfulness is a key teaching in Buddhism. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we're mindful, we're not lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. We're fully present with what is happening right now. Fear often arises from thoughts about the future. What if this happens? What if I fail? Mindfulness helps us step out of these thought spirals. It allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. By practicing mindfulness, we develop a sense of calmness and clarity. We create space between our thoughts and our reactions. This space allows us to respond to fear with wisdom and compassion, rather than reacting out of panic or anxiety. Section 6. Cultivating compassion, the antidote to fear. Compassion is another cornerstone of Buddha's teachings. It's about recognizing the suffering of ourselves and others, and responding with kindness and understanding. Fear often makes us self-centered. We focus on our own worries and anxieties. Cultivating compassion helps us shift our perspective. We begin to see that everyone experiences fear and uncertainty. When we practice compassion, we connect with our shared humanity. We realize we're not alone in our struggles. This realization can be incredibly powerful in dissolving fear and fostering a sense of connection and belonging. Section 7. Practical steps to embrace fearlessness. Buddha's teachings offer practical steps to cultivate fearlessness in our daily lives. These steps are not just theoretical, but can be applied in our everyday experiences to bring about a profound transformation. First, recognize and acknowledge your fears. This is the initial and most crucial step towards overcoming them. Don't try to ignore or suppress them. Observe them with mindfulness. By doing so, you can understand the root cause of your fears. What sensations arise in your body? What thoughts come up? Second, challenge your fears. This involves questioning their validity. Are they based on reality or on assumptions? Often, our fears are rooted in past experiences or imagined scenarios that may never come to pass. Question the validity of your fears. Third, practice gratitude. This simple yet powerful practice can shift your focus. Focus on the good in your life. Appreciate the present moment. Gratitude helps shift our perspective from a place of lack to a place of abundance. Fourth, meditate regularly. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can make a significant difference in your mental and emotional well-being. It helps calm the mind, increase self-awareness, and develop emotional resilience. Meditation is a powerful tool for inner peace. Finally, extend compassion to yourself and others. This means treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during tough times. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes. Offer compassion to those who are struggling, as this fosters a sense of connection and support. By following these practical steps, you can gradually cultivate a fearless heart and mind, leading to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Recognize that everyone makes mistakes. Offer compassion to those who are struggling. Section 8. Stories of Courage. Finding inspiration in the everyday. We often think of courage as something extraordinary, reserved for heroes, but courage exists in everyday moments. It's the single mother working 2 jobs to provide for her children. It's the student overcoming their fear of public speaking to give a presentation. It's the individual facing a serious illness with grace and strength. These stories remind us that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's about taking action despite fear. It's about choosing to move forward even when we're afraid. Section 9. Embracing the journey, a life richer than fear. The path to overcoming fear is a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges along the way. There will be times when fear rears its head. But by incorporating Buddha's teachings into our lives, we can navigate these moments with greater ease and resilience. We may never completely eradicate fear, nor do we need to. Instead, we can learn to relate to it differently. We can view fear as a teacher, guiding us towards growth and understanding. The journey towards a fearless life is a journey towards a richer, more meaningful existence. It's a journey towards living with greater peace, compassion, and courage. And it's a journey that's available to us all.